Welcome back. Land development and a growing population can create challenges for many operations across the country. But some farmers and ranchers are taking their skills and experience to act as state and national advocates for the industry when it comes to issues such as land and natural resources. Cattleman Sharon Alseth has more from Florida.
I've lived here all my life. I was born a half a mile from this office.
Don Quincey is a rarity in Florida these days. He's a native son who's been raised in the state's cattle business, and he's greatly expanded the operation his parents started half a century ago.
I enjoy the animals. I really enjoy the people in this industry. I mean, I've met some very smart people and people that I enjoy being around. And it's just a challenge. It's a different every day.
And Florida is a very unique place, he says, when it comes to cattle operations.
We're not all Mickey Mouse. We have some of the largest cattle ranches in the country in the state of Florida, and we have some of the most progressive ranches in the state of Florida. Matter of fact, our cattle have changed amazingly. I think I've actually seen some certified Angus beef data that says that some of these southeastern cattle perform is good or better than most anywhere in the country, even as far as yield grade and quality grade. And they do very well from a performance standpoint and have less sickness than a lot of other places because of our climates probably. Most of our cattle in the state of Florida is cow-calf operations. No feed yards to speak of, a couple of small ones. So all of these cattle end up leaving the state of Florida and ending up in all parts of the country. I'd say most of them in the Kansas, Texas, Oklahoma, Colorado area. So when those calves come off the cow, they don't have to come very many miles before they stop right here. We wean them. We have big grass traps that we wean in, feed in the pastures. We have a very good environment for a newly weaned calf to be in. And so freight being what it is, we'll put some weight on the cattle, and a healthy calf ends up out west, whether he's going to the feed yard. When he hits the ground, he knows what feed is, he's ready to eat, he keeps going. If they go into grass, they can just basically be unloaded off the truck and turned out in the pasture. They should be pretty much bulletproof and ready to graze.
Don is president of the Florida Cattlemen's Association. He also chairs one of the state's water management districts in a region where water policy issues are hotly contested.
One right now is that we're fighting is the numeric nutrient criteria, which the EPA has kind of came down and without, in my opinion, any scientific data, are requiring any water bodies to have certain numeric nutrient criteria to be met. And some of these water bodies just have never met those criteria. Some of the water bodies actually are entering this state not meeting those criteria. The science behind what they're asking us to do is just, in my opinion, invalid from the standpoint that they should be looking at the biology of the water body. And if the biology is being harmed or being changed in any way, we could look at those kind of criteria and make the changes based on that, not just a blanket number that just does not fit every water body. There's no question about this numeric nutrient criteria. We're the first state to be dealing with this, but if it works for the EPA here, they get it done, there's just going to be one state after the other one before all 50 states are dealing with it. So absolutely, we're all in this battle together, and usually things that affect us here in Florida or maybe even affect cattlemen in Nebraska sure affects us here in Florida.
Don says cattlemen and women need to be united through state and national organizations if they want to be represented on the issues that affect them daily.
I think NCBA is our arm in Washington, D.C. I mean, that's who we lean on to get the lobbying effort done for the Florida cattlemen in Washington. I think NCBA has just been a tremendous partner throughout the lobbying efforts, throughout our checkoff efforts, and every way. I mean, it's a way that we come together, I think, as a nation, even though there's 50 different states, that we come together as one industry with NCBA.
Despite the numerous challenges facing the cattle industry in Florida, Don remains optimistic that operations like his will continue.
I think without any doubt my kids will have an opportunity here. And the only way they'll continue to have an opportunity is people like us and the ranchers to stay engaged in the industry with the issues that are going on and engaged in things like the water management districts, people that are where you have appointments from the governor that makes policy, because our industry needs to have a voice in every one of those venues.
Reporting from Chiefland, Florida, I'm Sharon Alseth for NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
It's the people like Don Quincey of Florida that make this industry great. And many of them choose to support their industry through membership in their state and national cattlemen's associations.